Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into a really unique framework, yeah, for meditation and self-exploration. It's inspired by ancient practices, but has this fascinating modern twist. You've sent us some incredible material on what they call the components of the spiral. And our mission today really is to get the core insights, understand the structure, and see how it offers this systematic way to explore, not just your inner world, but maybe even the universe around you. It's this journey, starting with a simple pattern, a spiral, and just expanding outwards into something, well, pretty cosmic.
It is fascinating, isn't it, how a personal meditative journey can kind of blossom into such a comprehensive system. Christopher McClure, who developed this, started with a Vipassana retreat back in 1981. And that's where he learned about, systematically scanning the body for sensation, a common practice. But then he made a deliberate choice. He chose the spiral, which is just everywhere, isn't it? Nature, consciousness. And that really makes you wonder, how does choosing a specific pattern like that shape your whole inner exploration?
Right, so the origin story starts there. At that retreat, he learned the technique, the body scan.
Exactly. Systematic body scanning. But the key insight for him was that the pattern you used to move your attention wasn't fixed. You could choose any pattern. And he chose a spiral.
Interesting, like picking your tool for the job.
Precisely. And the initial method was, quite straightforward. You'd start at the top of the head, imagine like a band across the top. Begin at the center of that band, and then move your attention outwards, centrifugally.
Outwards, okay.
Like ripples. Yeah, exactly. Sweeping your awareness out to the edge of that section. Then you move down to the next band, maybe around the eyes, say, and repeat that spiral. You continue that all the way down the body systematically to the toes, and then back up again.
So it's a really thorough way to cover everything, just using that spiral motion.
Very thorough, and it feels quite natural, almost organic, the way it covers the form.
But then, as he practiced more, he found something deeper at the center of it all. This extended spine, or infinite spine idea. That sounds like more than just anatomy.
Oh, much more. And this is where it really starts opening up conceptually. The material uses this great analogy, actually. Imagine your physical spine is like a train station.
Okay.
But the train itself doesn't just start and stop at the station. It comes from way beyond and continues way beyond.
Ah, I see.
So this core rod, this central line, it goes infinitely down past the perineum, the base of your torso, and infinitely up, right out the top of your head.
Wow.
In many traditions, that's the axis mundi, the world axis. It becomes the central pillar you're spiraling around. It's described as grounding you, but also connecting you. It even mentions like a tail extending past the torso, rooting you down while you reach up.
So it's not just visualizing a line, it's experiencing this connection, this grounding and extending.
That seems to be the goal, yes.
Yeah.
An energetic anchor you learn to feel.
That definitely shifts it from just a body stand to something much bigger,
Right.
connecting to a universal axis. Okay, so you have this core spine. Then the system layers in something else ancient, right? The zodiac, we kind of know the basics. 12 signs, different body parts, Aries head, Pisces feet.
Exactly. The source lists them out clearly. Aries head, Taurus neck, Gemini shoulders, arms, Cancer chest, Leo heart area, Virgo navel, Libra the sexual region, Scorpio base of spine,
Right.
Sagittarius thighs, Capricorn calves, Aquarius ankles, Pisces feet, the traditional mapping. But then came this interesting observation. As he mapped it, something seemed off.
What was that?
The knees, they just weren't explicitly there in this standard 12-sign sequence, a gap.
Huh. Really, the knees were missing.
Seemingly, yeah. A small detail maybe, but it prompted him to dig deeper.
Okay, so a missing piece in this ancient puzzle. What did he find?
Well, he went into the research, astronomical, historical, and he found Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer.
Ophiuchus, I've heard of that. The 13th sign.
Exactly. It is an actual constellation on the ecliptic. It's often left out, maybe for symmetry, keeping an E12, or some sources suggest maybe historical reasons, like the church not liking the number 13, who knows for sure. But finding Ophiuchus led to this remapping of the body's energy zones. Ophiuchus got assigned to the thighs, and Sagittarius, which was thighs, shifted down to cover the knees.
So it filled the gap.
It did, and it created this coherent system of 13 vertical bands down the body. Every part covered. It added this layer of, well, completeness.
That's fascinating. Refining ancient wisdom with astronomical observation. Okay, so we have the infinite spine, the 13 vertical bands. But the spiral doesn't stop at the skin, does it? You said it gets cosmic. Let's zoom out. What happens when it goes beyond the body?
Right, this is where it expands dramatically. The spiral moves through what the source calls 5 distinct rings or sheaths, concentric layers.
5 rings. Okay.
First, you have the axis mundi itself. That's your core. Ring 0, if you like. Then ring 1 is your physical body, out to the skin, the periphery. Ring 2 is the personal aura, your energy field. It's described as extending about, say, 3.5 feet out, making it about 7 feet across.
Your personal space, energetically speaking.
Pretty much. Your bubble. Then it gets much, much bigger.
Okay.
Ring 3 is the collective aura. This is linked to concepts like the rainbow bridge. It's described as an etheric, ring-energetic, not physical way up, maybe 60 miles into the atmosphere. So 120 miles across.
60 miles up? Wow, that's vast.
It's vast. And it's connected to these ideas like the Bifrost or the Antikarana or the whirling rainbow from different traditions. The idea is it's like the aura of humanity as a whole, our collective consciousness field.
The aura of the human species.
Yeah.
Incredible. And the fifth ring.
Ring 4, technically, if the axis is 0 or the fifth layer, yeah. Beyond the collective aura is just the universe, infinity.
Right out to everything.
Everything. So 5 layers: axis mundi, physical body, personal aura, collective aura, and then the infinite universe.
That's an amazing map from your core right out to infinity. So putting it all together, 13 vertical bands, 5 horizontal rings. What does that give you?
It gives you a grid, a framework. This is where the systematic part really shines. You combine those 13 vertical bands with Ophiuchus and the knees sorted out and the 5 concentric rings. And mathematically, 13 times 5. That's 65 distinct compartments.
65 zones.
Exactly. And this grid, this 65 compartment map, is what you navigate during the meditation. It takes something potentially overwhelming, exploring infinity, and gives it structure, a clear...
No getting lost in the void then. You have coordinates.
Sort of, yeah. Energetic coordinates.
Okay, so let's get practical. How do you actually do it? Using sensation, which you said is the usual starting point.
Right. The practice itself is quite dynamic. You start at the top band, the head. First, you connect with that core, the axis mundi.
Right.
Feel that central line.
Ground yourself.
Exactly. Then, from the core of that headband, you spiral outwards, counterclockwise, centrifugal. You move your awareness from your physical edge through your personal aura. Then, you make this conceptual leap, feeling outwards to the collective aura, 60 miles out, and then even further into infinity. All the while, you're focused on sensation. What does that feel like? It might be subtle energy, resonance, presence.
Feeling the energy of each ring. Okay, so you spiral out. Then what?
Then you move down to the next band, the neck, for instance. And here's the key dynamic. You reverse direction. You spiral inwards.
Inwards now.
Clockwise. Yeah, centripetal. From infinity, back through the collective aura, through the personal aura, past the skin, and returning gently to the axis mundi core.
So each band alternates. Out, then in, then out, then in.
Exactly. As you go down through all 13 bands, head, neck, shoulders, chest, heart area, the xiphoid process specifically, and then navel, groin, perineum, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet. Out, in, out, in. And then when you come back up the body, the directions reverse again for each band.
That's intricate, but sounds like it would create a real flow. And you mentioned that double focus, keeping the spine in mind while spiraling out.
Yes, that's highlighted as important. Maintaining awareness of the infinite spine even as you expand outwards. The source calls it a significant intersection.
I can imagine grounded while exploring.
Precisely. It keeps you anchored while you explore the vastness, integrating the core and the expansion simultaneously.
Okay, so sensation is the main focus, the main object you move through this grid, but you hinted it's more versatile than that.
Oh, definitely. This raises the question of adaptability, and the system is incredibly flexible. Sensation is just one option. The source makes it clear. You can move any meditation object you choose through this spiral pattern across all 65 compartments.
Any object? Like what?
Well, physical things like your pulse or your breath. Spiral the feeling of your breath through every layer. Or colors. Pick a color, say green for healing, and spiral it outwards and inwards through every band. Or emotions. This is powerful. Love, joy, compassion, excitement.
So you could consciously flood your entire system with joy, for example.
Exactly. The term used is to systematically inundate your body with that quality. Infuse every single compartment.
That sounds transformative. And it goes even further, beyond emotions.
Yes. You can work with abstract principles like integrity or wisdom or peace. Spiral the concept of integrity through your entire being, from the core to infinity and back.
Wow.
Or geometric figures like a 6-pointed star or maybe a specific mandala. Visualize and feel that form spiraling through you, and even, very profound spiritual concepts. The absolute, shunyata emptiness, the void, that fertile emptiness. The spiral becomes this method, this comprehensive tool for deeply exploring, integrating, and embodying almost anything across that entire map, connecting the personal and the universal.
Wow, what an incredible deep dive that was. We've really unpacked these components of the spiral, from the Vipassana roots, that choice of the spiral, to the infinite spine, the 13 zodiac bands, including Ophiuchus, the 5 massive universal rings, and then the actual dynamic practice, spiraling through that 65-part grid. It really is a remarkably systematic yet incredibly expansive way to explore energy, isn't it? Within and without.
It really is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's just a powerful example, I think. How one person's insight from their own practice can grow into something so structured, so adaptable, really highlights how having a framework, a pattern, can be so valuable when you're navigating the sheer vastness of, well, consciousness in the universe. Gives you a map.
Absolutely. So, for you listening, what does this spark? Think about how applying such a structured yet boundary-pushing approach to your own awareness might shift things. How might it change how you feel your body, your energy, your connection to everything else? Could consciously inundating yourself, as the source says, with something like peace or courage, using the spiral, could that actually reshape your daily life, your experience of the world? It's a fascinating possibility. And if you are intrigued, if you want to know more or maybe ask questions, the material mentions Christopher McClure from Wholeness Geeks, or checking out the Wholeness Geeks Facebook group. Might be worth exploring. Definitely a unique path to consider, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. This whole exploration, this deep dive into the spiral's components, it's just a compelling reminder, really, that those paths to discovery, both inner and outer, often lie in these elegant patterns, patterns that connect the tiniest detail of our being with the infinite. It's about finding that connection, both grounded and limitless.